Command codes verified. Priority 1 message from Starfleet coming in on secured channel.
Hello, captains, and oh, hey, doggos! This whole time for the last half hour.
Perfect timing, man.
You know what it is that it's when I start to project, it comes through the.
They're overwhelmed.
And they're overwhelmed. That's what it is.
Yeah, by your.
That.
You scared them with your awesomeness, probably.
I hope that you guys don't hear the crackling that I'm hearing on my end. Something's going wrong with my new setup, and so it comes and goes. You'll hear it a little bit, and then it'll go away. It may be an internet connectivity thing, and maybe one of my wires in the back of my new rig is crossed or frayed or something, and I'm going to need to
audio feedback. Yeah, so...
Can barely hear me. That's always a problem.
Maybe that's the crackling.
Wait, you guys
Hey, guys.
You guys hear feedback? What do you mean feedback?
Oh, he's giving feedback?
Oh, audio feedback, can barely hear Elio. Got it. Okay.
Punctuation. Thank you, Duncan, Idaho.
Thank you, Duncan. Yes. So, hello, we're back after a 2-week hiatus, 3 weeks for me. And, it's been a crazy couple of weeks. Not for us, really. We really took a week off. We took the time off. But we had STLV, from which I was experiencing the FOMO, something fierce. But it looks like everybody had a good time. I was, stalking everybody on Twitter, but it was a safe stalking. Okay, I was looking at everybody's pictures and going, oh, I wish I was there.
Yeah, there's some of the cosplay. Wow,
yeah,
looked amazing.
I like the one that was floating around of that one episode of TOS with the alien head.
Yes, with the screen.
Yeah,
it was so good.
That one was good. Yeah, there were just a lot of it looks like there was a lot of fun moments. It definitely didn't look nearly as packed as it has been in years past. I saw pictures from people floating around Masquerade Bar. And it looks like people the convention unfortunately suffered the big numbers that it normally has due to the COVID restrictions. But still, nevertheless, it doesn't seem to have stopped the people who were there from having a blast. Some interesting tidbits from panels that folks like Trek News and Trek Movie had reported on, so be sure to, we'll briefly cover them, but they're the ones that did the work, so we'll have links in our show notes for you guys to read their work of their covers that they did there. But I definitely missed it. There was a part of me. So okay, story time. So back in January, I was ready to go. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go. I think I never got a flight, but I was ready to go. I submitted a panel idea, and it was going to be something about, the Star Trek community as a whole, specifically, the interactions between the games and the gaming communities and whatnot, and the different communities, and how, events that impact real life can have an impact in the community as a whole, as in the passing of a celebrity or even a fleet mate or whatnot. So anyway, Tony and I did this panel back in 2018, I think, when we did a big Roddenberry stage panel. And all of a sudden on Monday, I get an email or I get a text from John Champion going, hey, so about that panel where you're going to still need to do it. And I'm like, come again? I don't have notes. I didn't prepare. I wasn't going to go. And so in 12 hours... we were able to put together a panel that dealt with, just general Star Trek community involvement and whatnot. Rurin, a.k.a. Alex from Ship Talking Pod, was able to join me very last minute. I had asked the general question out on Twitter about people's experiences, and I had emailed some of the big content creators, especially in the Star Trek Online universe. And it just so happened that she's like, yeah, I can definitely, share some thoughts. And I was like, wait a minute, are you free at 7 o'clock Eastern? Come on! And that's how it worked out. So, barring some technical hurdles from the Zoom hybrid communication, it worked out. David, one of Mission Log's listeners, was on stage there, along with a fleet that usually has a table at Vegas every year. They're there to support Star Trek Online. They usually have their table set up and ready to go, and that was really really nice. It was it got together last minute, and it got together well.
Great.
Hey, that's
excellent.
awesome.
I'm glad it worked.
Yeah, it worked.
Yeah.
If anybody was
I had
there,
FOMO.
If anybody was there, let me know what you guys thought. But actually, so how was your vacation? Your two weeks off, guys? How did you live through STLV from afar?
I watched Lower Decks.
Nice. That's right. We got Lower Decks to talk about.
I mean, that was my big celebration. I'm like, oh my God, I can watch something new. It's good.
And maybe it was the fact that there's new episodes of Lower Decks, but it seemed like Lower Decks cosplay was prolific at STLV this year.
Looked so good.
Everyone's loving Lower Decks.
Yeah.
And I did one of my favorites was someone cosplayed as the Doctor, and she put cat ears on and had a face mask that looked like a printed cat face. And I thought that was fantastic.
I saw that one. That one was great.
Really, really good. So lots of excellent work. as always, on the cosplay front. And yeah, just a real shame that I really wanted to be there, but
Yeah.
it's okay. We'll get back there in the future at some point. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, that would have been a fun vacation to go there instead of just staying at home.
Mm-hmm.
And just watching it on Twitter unfold.
There's a little part of me that's okay with not having gone. This would have been my 9th year, I think. I think this would have been my 9th, if not 10th. I can't remember what the math was now. And it's never a vacation. Like I can never call it a vacation for me because I'm always, I'm at the table and whatnot. It's not, I have some downtime for sure in the evenings, but it's definitely a working vacation. Workcation.
It's just going for work then.
It's work. Yeah. It's not a workation. It's just work.
It's just work.
It's just work. But it's good work, right? It's a labor of love, we say each and every week. So, all right, why don't we do a show?
That
We're
sounds
going
like
to be
a
reviewing
great
Lower
idea.
Decks, but not on stream. Sorry, guys. We'll tell you that later.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm going to hit the big red button here. All right, Roscoe, in 3, 2.
This episode of Priority One is brought to you by Eagle Moss Hero Collector's annual Summer of Trek sweepstakes. Score the year's best deals on the world's widest range of Star Trek collectibles and enter for a chance to win one of more than 250 incredible prizes, including the grand prize of an ocean view voyage for 2 aboard the sold-out Star Trek The Cruise 5. For details and to enter, go to www.getyourtrekon.com.
Kat, why don't you do the cold open? And give me your best Rick.
No, I can't do a Rick. That's just so not going to work.
Let me just do that last line again because I fluffed it a little bit.
Okay.
For details and to enter, go to www.getyourtrekon.com.
All right, you want me to do it, or do you want to do the cold open?
No, you do a way better.
I may actually inject it. I may inject it in. I may actually grab the audio clip from it. All right.
Oh, okay, that would be good.
Actually, go ahead. You do it. You do the cold open. I'll just.
All right, but I'm dealing with dog barking, so hold, please. All right, quiet for the moment. Okay. This week on episode 519 of Priority One, Kurtzman and Trek, another 500 years, Morty. Oh, and I said 5. Even screwed that up.
No, you got it. You got it. No, it's still 500 years. It's still good. That works. That worked. That was good. That was good. That was great. I love it. I may actually not grab it.
All right, awesome. Gene Roddenberry's archive goes into an NFT digital world and plenty of new Star Trek related products to add to your wish list. In gaming, rock out with your Targ Out when Mary Chieffo goes metal for Star Trek Online, and Modiphius has new goodies to add to your tabletop Star Trek adventures.
Hello. Hello, Captains. You're listening to episode 519 of Priority One, a Roddenberry Star Trek podcast. Your weekly recap and review of all the major news happening in the Star Trek multiverse. This episode was recorded on Tuesday, August 17th, and available for download or streaming on Friday, August 20th at PriorityOnePodcast.com. I'm Elio.
I'm Kat.
And I'm Roscoe.
Well, Captains, we are back after a 2-week hiatus where we enjoyed from afar all the festivities and parties and pictures that were tweeted and shared on social media from our friends that attended STLV this year. What did you guys enjoy the most from all those pictures that came out?
Oh, cosplay, definitely. So it seemed like everyone that was there really put their heart and soul into, making it the best experience ever. And you could really tell in some of those costumes. Those were amazing.
Every year, the bar for costumes just gets a little bit higher. Someone goes the extra mile. And you know that someone's put a lot of effort and thought when they cosplay as a Replimat coffee Ractigino mug from Deep Space Nine. It's like, who thinks of that? It's genius. Why? Doesn't matter. It's great that it happened all the same. So, yeah, I was just watching with just absolute joy to see the hard work that had gone into the cosplay. It was fantastic to see. So, yeah, well done to everyone who went. I hope you had a fantastic time. I really wish I could have been there. But next year, the year after, oh, yeah, it's on my bucket list.
Absolutely.
Sometime in the future.
Sometime. I don't know when. I don't know. Genuinely have no idea, but I'm crossing my fingers all the same.
But a big shout out to our Roddenberry family for hosting the Roddenberry stage this year, to our friends, the Roddenberries, who were rocking out on the main stage and on the Roddenberry stage, introducing the guests. So we are so very excited to have seen all those videos and pictures, and thank you to those of you who attended for sharing, and thank you for everyone who attended for sharing those moments with us.
Shall we roll on?
Yeah, go.
Cool. Before we jump into the news, we want to welcome new listeners to the show, and we hope you'll stay in touch. You see, this show is produced by a community of volunteers who donate their time and talents because, like you, they're passionate about what Star Trek is all about.
So we hope you'll get involved and be a part of our community. Follow us on social media so you can share your thoughts about the weekly headlines. Join the Armada so that you can experience Star Trek gaming with like-minded Trekkies, or consider joining the team and lending your time and talents to producing this show.
Or, captains, if you do find value in this production, consider supporting us via Patreon and being a part of our Patreon family. There, you'll find what perks are available to you by supporting this show monthly. There, you'll find out what perks are available to you by offering a monthly financial contribution from as little as $1 and up. So visit us over at patreon.com/priority1.
Now, let's find out what's been happening in the Star Trek multiverse.
Oh, crap. Hey, can somebody take the times?
Oh,
This
sure.
one ended at 6:12. I've already forgotten how to run the streams.
Come on, man. 3
2
weeks off.
man.
So, yeah, I presume everybody in the chat can hear the occasional crackling. I almost want to say it's an internet thing because it's coming in waves, almost like a connectivity issue, but I have my VPN off. I don't know what the problem might be. Anyway, I'll have to troubleshoot it. It happened through a Zoom call, though, too. So it might not be internet connectivity if it happened on Zoom, too. Could be the USB-C. The USB.
Zoom has just messed with your settings.
Dave Bretley just tells you don't cross the stream,
cross the
silly.
streams. All right. So I'll take the... we might... Well, let's see. How do we want to split this? Kat. Who just swept out? Roscoe. So, Kat, why don't you take the first story? And then we'll figure it out from there. All right, so Trek It Out is starting at 7:30, please. 7:30 is when Trek It Out is starting. So 3, 2.
Since we've been gone, quite a lot has happened. Oh, no, you didn't. Yeah, see, you scared the dogs again. Don't do that.
Nice. That was so well timed. Perfect.
Oh, man. Awesome. See, didn't you guys miss us and my dogs? Because I know I sure did. All right, then. Since we've been gone, quite a... Damn it, now I can't do it. I'm going to have to sing it.
Deep breaths. Deep breaths.
All right. Well, since we've been gone, quite a lot has happened. Although we'd like to cover all the stories, we'll have to narrow it down just a little bit to the news we think that matters the most, starting with the announcement that Alex Kurtzman has locked in a new 5-year, $160 million contract with Paramount Plus to develop not only Star Trek, but other projects as well.
It sounded like you said to develop. I didn't hear the D in develop. Sorry.
Sorry, I was probably having to clear my throat.
Take it from starting.
Starting with the announcement that Alex Kurtzman has locked in a new 5-year, $160 million contract with Paramount Plus to develop not only Star Trek, but other projects as well. The New York Times' Nicole Sperling published an article on August 1st featuring interviews with Kurtzman and other major players involved. The article explores Kurtzman's past, present, and future projects for the studio and the hopes he has for the franchise. Something particularly interesting, though, was the announcement that a Starfleet Academy series is in the works, which will be, quote, aimed at a younger audience, end quote.
Also, according to Sperling, quote, Mr. Kurtzman, who wants to get quote, Mr. Kurtzman, who wants to get much weirder.
Take it from also.
Also. Fine. See that? He's back a week. Back a week and he's bossing us around. Ridiculous. Also, according to Sperling, quote, Mr. Kurtzman, who wants to get much weirder with the franchise, points to a pitch from Graham Wagner from Portlandia and Silicon Valley, centered on the character of Worf that he calls incredibly funny, poignant, and touching. If it were up to me only, I would be pushing the boundaries much further than I think most people would want, he said. I think we might get there. Marvel has actually proven that you can, but you have to build a certain foundation in order to get there, and we're still building our foundation, end quote.
You know, this article was amazing. I thought it was incredibly well written and addressed a lot of aspects about the importance and impact that this 5-year contract has for Paramount Plus as a whole, right? Because he's not just doing Star Trek. He's putting together a live-action version of one of Michael Chabon's books, among other things, right? Of particular note, and what I enjoy most is when there are, in fact, industry insights into the importance of something, right? Sperling reports that Paramount Plus has 36 million subscribers as of May versus Netflix's 210 million, Disney Plus's 104 million, and, quote, many analysts are not confident that Viacom CBS will be able to continue, quote, many analysts are not confident that Viacom CBS will be able to continue to compete with the larger companies on its own, end quote. It goes on to kind of explain that all these other, these network companies, right, like Paramount Plus, Peacock, what they're kind of burning the candle at both ends, right? They're producing content for theater, for linear television, right? Like the over the airways television, cable TV, and streaming content, right? Like they're just overloaded. Whereas Hulu, Amazon, Disney, they don't really need to worry about that. Specifically Amazon and Netflix in the article, she points out. They don't have to worry about that. They don't have to worry about a theatrical release. They don't have to worry about terrestrial television releases. They just produce content for their streaming services. Whereas these other companies just, are kind of burning the midnight oil trying to get content out on all these different platforms. So I'm with those industry analysts that I'm not confident that Viacom CBS is going to be able to continue to support this.
I pretty much agree with you there because those Netflix, I mean, they all have such a huge hold on the market. They can afford to pay licensing fees. They already have their own infrastructure. I get that you don't want to give up your IP control by, Viacom and whatever else, but those platforms have way better delivery features, all the things that you don't have. So that's my thought.
And look, speaking of IP control, dun, 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 Paramount
What?
Plus has launched in Australia. So Australia now has Paramount Plus. Has officially launched. I found out because of a very targeted algorithm in my on my social media. It was popping up everywhere. Every social media I was on, I was seeing ads for Paramount Plus. So they've gone hard
Wow.
with the launch. So
Did Lower
Paramount
Decks
Plus
premiere this week the way it did everywhere else, though?
No, it did not. Because
What?
internationally, right now, Amazon Prime holds the IP rights for Lower Decks and Star Trek
Oh.
Picard. The back catalogue of Star Trek television series is currently on Netflix, I believe, for international audiences. So if you'd like to go back and do a rewatch of Enterprise, Voyager, Deep Space Nine, Next Gen, the original series, Netflix is where they all live right now. So now comes
Wait,
the
so
battle.
you can't
the
watch
IP
it at
battle.
all on Paramount Plus? You can't watch any Star Trek on Paramount Plus?
Not that I've seen, but I also haven't subscribed. So because I've got so many streaming services, and from the initial viewing and the releases that I saw, there's no mention of Star Trek whatsoever. So for me, it's like, okay, right now, I've got enough streaming services and I can watch everything that I want to watch. So Paramount Plus needs to bring something else for the table for me to become a subscriber right now.
All right, so we're also overlooking another key element of this article, which is how much weirder he wants to get with Star Trek.
I wasn't overlooking it. I was just hoping maybe we could, like, he was joking.
No.
Well, I don't know. Unless he means, like, it in a good way, but I don't know. A funny warp show?
Captain Worf.
Yeah.
Finally.
But it's funny?
We've been talking about it for 20 years.
I mean,
Captain Worf
Worf-
series.
Yeah, but he's not a merry man.
But that's
you
the
know?
humor. I don't know, man. We'll get to our review of Lower
Worf
Decks.
has a sense of humor.
Sure.
He was never happier than when he was married to Jadzia. And I haven't finished Deep Space Nine. I'm not sure how that pans out. But look, he's very, very happy. No, that's not true. Of course I am.
Yeah. I think that season 2 of Lower Decks, at least this premiere, is a good indication that it's they're just gonna throw everything out there, no matter how absurd it may seem, and clearly they have the money for it, right? They're just gonna keep pumping money into projects that have the Star Trek name on it, and some of it's gonna stick, and they don't, they understand that, this show might only have this fraction of the audience, and that's okay because we have the money to continue to support it. I guess, you know what, man? What can you do now? At this point, it's pick your Trek and stick with it.
With such a broad focus now for Paramount Plus, because they're across streaming platforms, they're across terrestrial television, they're doing cinematic releases as well in theaters. Now that they've locked Kurtzman down for 5 years, do you think it is likely that we will see Star Trek return to theaters?
I believe I'm pretty sure that
I thought there was something.
Yeah, there's something with WandaVision's director.
That's right.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. Trusted sources have told me. No, that's not true.
And I mean, we've heard that before, but I feel like this one was pretty
this
legit.
one was legit. This one was like the Variety had reported. This was something that Deadline came out. Like it wasn't a rumor that the WandaVision director was brought on for this next movie. They've been penned, and that's it. It's in production in some way, shape, or form. At least
Ken from Chicago, saying that they're on board writing a script right now.
So just from this article alone, that says to me that okay, it's not just things for Paramount Plus. It's across the board that he's going to be developing hopefully Star Trek ideas and more, and that we will see more theatrical releases because people going to the movies, that popcorn's really expensive. So that's how they make the money.
We'll see. Now, announced at STLV, Gene Roddenberry's personal archives are being comprehensively digitized on an unprecedented scale, with plans to do some fancy sci-fi things with the material. A joint effort between the Roddenberry estate, cloud graphics company Otoy, and Lightfield Lab, an Oscar-winning facial scanning service that hopes to preserve thousands of photos, documents, and physical assets like Starship Models used in filming in extreme digital detail, preserving it for future study and recreation at the most faithful level of detail. There's a lot of detail in that sentence.
I know. They were really emphasizing the detail.
The Roddenberry archives will use Otoy's blockchain-based computer rendering network to extensively digitize the Roddenberry estate's collection of documents, props, and filming miniatures from producers' work on Star Trek, its movies, and continuations including The Next Generation and beyond. Longtime Trek writer Denise and Michael Okuda, as well as artists Mike Beeple, Winkleman, and comics legend Alex Ross are also contributing to the project. Beyond the historical importance... Actually, why don't we split this? Kat, why don't you take it from Beyond?
I'm like, am I on mute? No. Beyond the historical importance of maintaining the extensive archives, Otoy intends to leverage the assets for fan experiences. A press release provided to the media notes that the company will work with display startup Lightfield Lab to create a 1-to-1 scale holographic replica of the USS Enterprise as seen in the original Star Trek. It claims to be able to use the original models seen in filming the series to create a projected replica, quote, indistinguishable from reality, end quote, for, quote, one of the world's first fully immersive holographic installation experiences, end quote. Wow.
You can keep watching.
Do you want me to read Rod's quote?
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. Rod Roddenberry had this to say, quote, I cannot think of a more capable and innovative company to trust with these materials. Otoy's work will allow generations to experience my father's contribution to humanity with the greatest historical accuracy possible. This project will protect an optimistic vision of the future that has inspired so many and remains so important today, end quote.
All right, here come the Roddenberry NFTs for you all to buy and spend thousands of Ethereum on. So, yeah, my understanding is that you will be able... some of these will be treated as NFTs, which are...
non-fungible tokens.
Yeah, non-fungible tokens that you can use on that are based on the blockchain to generate a type of ownership of the digital item, of the digital asset. So you can buy Neon Cat, the NFT, and Neon Cat is now yours. I mean, it's a very oversimplified way of dealing with it. It's a lot of cryptocurrency stuff. Google it if you're interested. But also, what I find interesting is that they've done similar things with Sansar, the virtual reality world. There is a Roddenberry museum in Sansar that you can experience. No VR required. You can actually just, if you have a regular gaming desktop or just a regular desktop, you can load up Sansar for free and walk through the Roddenberry Museum where they scanned 3D they scanned physical models and costumes and blueprints and whatnot and put them in the 3D virtual space. So you can pick up a prop if you have the Oculus handhelds or, your mouse and keyboard. You can kind of bring it up to your face. You can look away. They have the Continuing Voyages Enterprise on display in Sansar. So, yeah, it's a fascinating digital trend we're living in.
Have they worked on recreating the mycelial realm in Sansar? Because I hear experiencing that in VR is like another world. It's a whole other world.
There are worlds that kind of resemble the mycelial
I'm
world.
like, I tried Sansar on my regular PC, and I feel like I got lost and could never find the Star Trek Museum because then I got stuck in some DJ land
Yes.
and I couldn't get out, and I couldn't find the exit. It was terrible. Like you have to walk around, and find the exit. And I'm like, I can't log back in because I'm stuck.
Isn't it amazing that this is the start when they say things like one of the world's first fully immersive holographic installation experiences, and you think, wow, this is where it starts. And where will it end up?
Right.
Hopefully in lower decks with Mariner's nude workout program. We wait and see.
Oh my God, that would be amazing. But did you guys ever do that Marvel experience where they had like the holographic Hulk and Captain America and you could stand next to him and get your picture taken
No.
with? Okay, well,
No.
they had a traveling Marvel experience that was real like immersive, but I mean, it wasn't fully, you didn't have to wear it. You just walk around and then you could do like you were in front of a screen and you could pretend to fly. It was really cool. So it maybe be something like that, but this sounds a little bit more intense.
Roscoe, why don't you read your next story?
Mm-hmm. The classic 1701 Enterprise is warping into your living room or bookshelf, wherever you would like to place it, with the announcement from Playmobil.
Actually, you know what? we need a better segue. Speaking of, I don't know, bringing Star Trek to life.
Mm-hmm.
I was just gonna say that.
Great minds. Speaking of bringing Star Trek to life, the classic 1701 Enterprise is warping into your living room or bedroom or gaming dungeon, wherever you would like to place it, with the announcement from Playmobil of a model starship complete with 7 crew members. Girk. Captain Girk. He's my favorite.
The Pickle Universe. Pickle Rick.
It's Pickle Rick, Captain Girk.
Take it with the announcement.
I'm just going to go from the top.
Yeah, take it from the top.
Yeah, take it from the top. Sorry, audio editors. I'll probably edit this. Dear. Speaking of bringing Star Trek to life, the classic 1701 Enterprise is warping into your living room or your games dungeon or bookshelf, wherever you would like to put it, with the announcement from Playmobil of a model starship complete with 7 crew members. Kirk's two-handed punch or kung fu grip not confirmed. The model itself is over 1 meter long, with lights, sound, and its own dedicated mounting and augmented reality app. The model itself is impressive in size, and according to the release, there are more technical details yet to be announced. I can't wait to hear more about what this toy, about what this collector's item has hidden away in the shuttle bay. But from the photos, there is a lot to like, with light-up facade collectors and exceptional attention to detail. And apparently, in a Playmobil first, Mr. Spock is the first figure in the company's history to have Vulcan ears.
Kat, why don't you take
But
it.
I was...
Yeah, go ahead.
Had to unmute because dogs. But if you're into relaxing with a good book, then Titan Books has just the thing. The latest release takes an inside look at the bad guys with Star Trek. Villains. My favorite. Let's see. Sorry. The Federation's deadliest foes have all been collected in one terrifying volume. The book features interviews with the actors behind the baddies, such as Alex. Oh my God. All right. I should have read this ahead. The Federation's deadliest foes have all been collected in one terrifying volume. The book features interviews with the actors behind the baddies, such as Alex. Alec. I can't talk. Such as Alice Krieg, the Borg Queen. Damn it. The Federation's deadliest foes have all been collected in one terrifying volume. The book features interviews with actors behind the baddies, such as Alice Krieg, the Borg Queen, Christopher Plummer, General Chang, and Ricardo Montalban, Khan, and profiles of alien folk.
Montalban. You said
Ricardo Montalban.
He's not bland.
If he wasn't acting particularly well, he was Ricardo Montalban.
Oh, no, you didn't.
I did. I went there. And I'm not sorry.
The Federation's deadliest foes have all been collected in one terrifying volume. The book features interviews with the actors behind the baddies, such as Alice Krieg, the Borg Queen, Christopher Plummer, General Chang, Ricardo Montalban. Dang it, now you screw. I can't do it.
I think you should be able to say from...
I'm going to say rich Corinthian leather.
Take it from Christopher Plummer.
Christopher Plummer, General Chang, Ricardo Montalban.
Nope.
But seriously...
Ken from Chicago says, you know Elio will not let a Latin name be mispronounced.
Nope.
Thank you. Christopher Plummer, General Chang, and Ricardo Montalban. Christopher Plummer, General Chang, and Ricardo Montalban.
Oh, Jesus.
I must have been mispronouncing this name my entire life. Ever since Fantasy Island, which scared the bejesus out of me when I was little because puppets. Okay. I digress, but now y'all know one of my greatest fears. Okay. Christopher Plummer, General Chang, Ricardo Montalban.
Did it again.
Close.
I know.
Close, but no cigar.
Getting better.
Montalban.
Got it. Now I'm going to wake up saying it. Christopher Plummer.
Montalban.
Montalban. Okay, then. Christopher Plummer, General Chang, and Ricardo Montalban.
I don't let it slide.
Thank you.
Actually, but you have to do it again because you have to keep talking.
I know. Okay. Christopher Plummer, General Chang, and Ricardo Montalban. Khan, and profiles of alien foes such as the Romulans, the Gorn, the Dominion, and Klingons. The book is available for pre-order now through Amazon in the US and Canada, and Forbidden Planet in the UK and Europe. Oh, I need another drink. I'll be back.
So
Great work.
That was rough.
So Titan Books are the same company that produces the autobiography of Captain Janeway, Picard, and whatnot. And they were kind enough to send us a bit of a preview of the book in PDF format. And it looks fun. It really does look fun. It goes behind the scenes quite a bit. Particularly, they sent us a snippet here of Khan, specifically of Khan and Ricardo Montalban, and a story that Larry Nemechek shares about issues previously unseen of Khan Noonien Singh. So, yeah, if you are a fan of the villains, be sure to check this book out. Links, of course, will be in the show notes. Why don't you say now? Here's a quick roundup.
Cool. Now, here are a few headlines that we didn't discuss but might interest you. Links, of course, will be in our show notes. In an interview with Entertainment Weekly about his involvement with the horror series Slasher, David Cronenberg also hinted that we may see his Star Trek Discovery character in 3 episodes in Season 4.
Now, a couple of interesting conversations were had during Star Trek Las Vegas. No, actually, it wasn't called Star Trek Las Vegas. A couple of interesting conversations were had during the 55-year mission at Las Vegas this year. And although Priority 1 wasn't there to report on the events ourselves, be sure to visit our friends at trekmovie.com for highlights, like Rainn Wilson wanting to bring back Harry Mudd, and Kenneth Mitchell teasing a return to the franchise.
And I also saw on Twitter that Chakotay, Robert Beltran, doing some voiceover work. He said, "I'm doing what Kate's doing. That Prodigy thing." So Chakotay coming potentially to Star Trek Prodigy.
Well, links to that coverage from Trek Movie can be found in our show notes. And remember, captains, Remember, captains, to learn more about these headlines, be sure to review our show notes for this episode at PriorityOnePodcast.com. Go ahead, sweep us out, Kat.
That's all the news.
Sorry.
That's all the news we have to Trek out this week. Now let's find out what happened in the world of Star Trek gaming.
3411, please. 3411. I really hope that does my voice sound crackly on your end to you guys?
No, not at all.
All right, so
sounds beautiful and resonant as always.
Hopefully, it's recording and it's not recording it that way. Which means then that it's only an audio thing. So I wonder if hold on a second.
Oh, tech support. Did you turn it off and turn it back on?
I did. But it hasn't come out crackly on your end at all, right? For you guys? Yeah. I may like if I hear it from you guys, I may start talking and just to test it. I may just be like, "Hey guys, do you hear me? Does it sound like it's crackling on mine?" Because I'm worried that the Riverside recording gets all funky. All right, ready?
Ken says you sound as angelic as ever.
Oh, thank you, Ken. Thank you.
Oh, that's so nice.
I had some nice little overtones there. That was pretty good.
Oh, that was lovely.
Alrighty.
Oh.
Okay, let's do Stone News. You guys ready? Anybody need a break?
Did you want to do the other thing first?
Shit.
Eagle Moss?
I do.
You're welcome.
Okay. Give me a second here, please.
Let me put that in the notepad. Sorry, my cat's in the way. Yes, Kitty. It's the only time she gets to hang out with me because my jerks of dogs chase her. So I have these couple of rooms gated away from the dogs so that she can have some peace. Oh, awesome. Ken likes your shirt, Roscoe.
Thanks, Ken.
Nice.
All right, so let's just kind of go back and forth with these bullet points. We'll do Elio, Cat, Roscoe, Elio, Cat, Roscoe, Elio, Cat, Roscoe.
Okay.
Sounds good.
I'm skipping this first one. This first celebrating the 55th anniversary.
I'm like, didn't we talk about that and the other contest thing? I mean, I guess we could talk about the contest again.
What do you mean, in the cold open? No, we got to do it again. That's just the deal.
Okay.
Even though we did it in the cold open. So I'm going to take it from once again, and then we'll just go back and forth.
Okay.
All right, 3715, please. 3715.
Okay.
Once again, it's the summer of Trek. That special time of year from now through the end of August when you can score incredible deals on the world's widest range of Star Trek collectibles produced under license from CBS Studios, including the official Star Trek Starship Collection, the Discovery Starship Collection, Star Trek Online, the graphic novels, bust collections, like from the chest up, and the all-new Star Trek Universe Collection featuring... Did I say Eagle Moss? No. Okay, hold on. Once again, it's the summer of Trek with Eagle Moss. That special time of year from now through the end of August when you can score incredible deals on the world's widest range of Star Trek collectibles produced officially under the license from CBS Studios, including the Star Trek Starships Collection, the Discovery Starships, Star Trek Online Starships, graphic novels, bust collections, and now the official Star Trek Universe Collection by Eaglemoss, featuring starships and vessels straight from Star Trek Picard and the soon-to-debut Paramount Plus series, Strange New Worlds.
Ooh.
Yeah, right.
Plus, when you visit www.
Montalban W.
Montalban W. Yeah, I had 6 years of Spanish. You can totally tell, can't you? Oh, awesome. Plus, when you visit www.getyourtrekon.com, you can enter to win one of more than 250 incredible prizes, including the grand prize of an ocean view voyage for 2 aboard the sold-out Star Trek The Cruise 5, plus a $500 gift card from plus a $500 American Express gift card. This is a rare opportunity to boldly sail for 7 days and nights alongside more than 20 iconic Star Trek actors and personalities, including George Takei, Walter Koenig, Marina Sirtis, and Jonathan Frakes.
2 first prize winners will receive an 18-karat gold-plated XL edition of the classic USS Enterprise NCC 1701 from Star Trek The Original Series and autographed by William Shatner.
Keep going with the 5.
5 second prize winners will be signed up for a 1-year subscription to the Eaglemoss Hero Collector Star Trek Starship Collection of their choice. 50 third prize winners will receive a $50 third prize winners will receive a $50 shopping pass, good towards purchases at the online Eaglemoss shop, and 200 fourth prize winners will receive a $10 shopping pass.
A 10 okay, I see. All right.
I got it again. I'll do it again. And 200 fourth prize winners will receive a $10 shopping pass. Amazing.
For details on ships, official sweepstakes rules, and to enter, remember, visit www.getyourtrekon.com. No purchase is necessary, and winners will be selected via random drawing from among all eligible entries on Star Trek Day, September 8th, 2021. And of course, we thank Eaglemoss for their ongoing support of Priority One. All right, that ended at 4134.
Hot
damn, 18-karat gold.
Yeah.
18-karat gold.
I know. I'm like a gold Enterprise that's autographed by, Shatner, whatever. It's cool. I mean, that's really
My
cool.
best, Phil.
If you're into that original series Enterprise.
Those old scientists love those old scientists.
Actually, you know what? Let's just keep rolling for gaming. Let's just keep rolling. We had that first
Okay.
one, right? Okay.
Sorry, my throat's all scratchy.
Roscoe, why don't you read this opening?
Can do. Captains, while we were away, the most epic thing hit the internet. Something so awesome that we feel as though we should add a faux cautionary disclaimer before talking about it.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Priority One is not responsible for side effects caused by the sheer awesomeness for the following story. I'm
still gonna.
Would you like to do it?
Priority One is not responsible for the side shit. Well, I think it'll balance better. It'll be a little.
Priority
more...
One is not responsible for the side shit, folks.
Shit.
I want to make that clear.
Priority
we have
One
that
is not responsible for the side effects caused by the sheer awesomeness of the following story.
The mother of all Klingons, Mary Chieffo, joined forces with Star Trek Online and singer-songwriter Jason Charles Miller to produce a song for the ages, Steel and Flame. In celebration of the Klingon story arc this last year in Star Trek Online, Mary Chieffo goes all out in a heavy metal song entirely in Klingon. In an interview with ScreenRant.com, Mary spoke about working on the song, including a collaboration with the Klingon Language Institute to, quote, come up with lyrics that fit rhythmically as well as translation-wise, end quote. This video deserves millions of views, so go click the link in our show notes and share the Targ out of it.
You know, it took me a while to watch this video, and when I did, I thought to myself, why didn't I watch this sooner? I mean, it was just, first of all, for a pandemic music video, it's like great. It's just amazing. With clips of Mary in front of her webcam, just rocking out, jamming out, and then in the recording booth, then combine that with custom air guitar riffs of the mother of all Klingons in Star Trek Online. I mean, it was just, this is like the perfect music video. It needs all the views.
I mean, but she also wore her Batleth necklace, which was phenomenal. I mean, she's just a magical creature. I love her. She is so, I feel like I watched it. I watched it at least probably 5 times. It's so good. It's a good song.
It is. And then on top of that, it's a good metal song.
It's really good.
Know?
Yeah, it's really great. Oh man, she's so awesome. I love it.
My favorite part is that all of the Klingon regalia, it's hers.
Yes.
That's just her stuff. That's her Batleth necklace.
I know.
I love it.
Oh, good. I'm like, I want a Batleth necklace now.
Well, let's talk about some ships. Thomas Maroney has been busy refreshing Starship models for Star Trek Online for some time now, and he has finally come full circle. On August 13th, the lead artist for Starship and UI teams shared some images of the refurbished model of the Pathfinder, the 25th century variant of the Intrepid class. It's a favorite of many players, and the new model does look stunning. It's especially fitting for Thomas to bring the refresh to fruition, as the Pathfinder was the first starship he designed for Star Trek Online.
Take that again. You said fruition.
Fruition?
Fruition. Bringing the refresh to fruition.
I mean, for all intents and purposes, the first part of this word is fruit.
Yeah.
It's especially fitting for Thomas to bring the frack.
Well, then be a peach and do it again.
Don't be a pineapple. Mariner. It's especially fitting for Thomas to bring the refresh to fruition, as the Pathfinder was the first starship he designed for Star Trek Online. For a look at some of the images, be sure to check out our show notes.
It's beautiful, as all of Thomas's designs are amazing. But yeah, this one's great. I love seeing the refreshes because like they've always wanted to go back and spruce things up.
I don't fly the Pathfinder in the game, and I may have when I first started because it's a very science-heavy ship, right?
Yeah.
I don't tend to use
the Voyager.
I don't tend to use magic builds in anything that I play.
I do.
But one of the last times I went to Cryptic, Thomas opened up a drawer of a bunch of 3D printed Pathfinders, and I just took one. I just stole it. No, I'm kidding. I didn't steal it. I was like, can I have? You have like 20 of these just lying around. Can I have them? And so I have it
like
sitting...
Infinity Stones.
They were. It was like Infinity Stones
lying around.
You had a drawer.
We just got them.
Yes, they were just Infinity. Because the story was that they were, these were all test prints and stuff, but they were just collecting dust. So I was like, can I have one? So it's sitting on my desk in my office.
Nice.
That's why it's not back here, Thomas.
Right.
If you ever look at my back, it's not on here because I have it showcased in my office.
Nice.
Yeah, he has it where he needs it the most, like Homer Simpson does with all his pictures of Maggie.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Shall we talk about this bundle that came out last week? Okay. While we're on the topic of ships, released to PC last week, the legendary Romulan Warbird bundle is now available in-game at the price of 12,000 Zen. Could have got it when it was on sale, but it's not on sale now.
What does that translate to US dollar?
$120.
Okay. That way we can just
$120 to Australian dollars. Hang on.
I'll redo that.
Continue.
All right. Released to PC last week, the legendary Romulan Warbird bundle is now available in-game at the price of 12,000 Zen, which translates to roughly 120 US dollars. The bundle contains the following items: the T6 Legendary Scimitar Intel Dreadnought Warbird, the T6 Legendary Dideridex Miracle Worker Warbird Battlecruiser, a T6 coupon for a free T6 ship in the Sea Store, 2 experimental ship upgrade tokens, 2 ship slots, because, you're going to need those 2 ship slots for your new T6, scimitars and Dideridexes, 3 Infinity promo Romulan Survivor Duty Officer packs. You also get some Romulan uniforms, a Reman uniform, and a Reman Bridge Officer unlock, which is very cool. If you don't have one, you should unlock one because they're pretty cool to have on your bridge. Yeah, I was real excited about this bundle because I love Romulan ships and I could not wait to get it because also uniforms. Now I can Space Barbie even more. Roscoe, did you get these ships?
I did not, because 120 US dollars equates to about $162 Australian. So I shall be waiting for the next time that pops around on sale. I think for me that is
that's
a little bit too rich for my blood.
Yeah, I mean, it was on sale that first week. Of course, we're
Mhm.
past that right now, so it's back to full price. But it'll go on. Bundles will go on sale again. But I picked it up for sure because I wanted all those. I didn't necessarily need all those things, but I wanted all those things.
The more I look at the Dideridex, the more I like it. And what made me really appreciate the work that's gone into it is that Thomas Maroney shared on his Twitter a side-by-side comparison of the remodel versus the original. And the work that's gone into it and to upscale this, it looks amazing.
Oh,
the
man.
details are just absolutely epic.
The scimitar animation is fantastic. You can put the adapted skin on your scimitar. Oh man, I actually, and I hate flying big ships, but I actually am flying the Dideridex right now, and I am pretty much liking it because I didn't die when we were doing TFOs, and I thought that was amazing because normally I die like 5 times because I fly escorts. So yeah, not dying, that was new.
Yes, but how are you handling just the turn rate and not
that was a
quickly?
beast. It was a beat down, I gotta tell you. I'm gonna have to go get some consoles to fix that because man, I just kind of sat there and turned a little bit, not much.
I really like a Miracle Worker ship though. I really enjoy the Miracle Worker. It's excellent.
I mean, these ships are gorgeous. I'm not upset about the price tag because you're also getting a T6 ship coupon. So you're getting 3 ships for what, $40-ish each, which is not the worst. I mean, they're normally 30, so
That's a good
feel
point.
Yeah, it's the legendary ships, and yeah, they're beautiful. So well done. And yeah, I'm also Space Barbie.
Well,
it's the real end game.
Well, while we're on the topic of in-game stuff, Kat, are there any game-related community events happening with the Armada? Actually, you know what? I take it back. Let's save it. Let's save it for the end. Because let's save it for the end.
Okay.
Well, in other game, this Celestial Market comes to timelines. Is that new, or was that from last week?
I feel like we talked about that before.
Did.
Okay,
yeah.
Right. I checked the. All right.
We covered that exclusively on Priority 1.
Yeah, Roscoe and I did that one.
Okay. And another game.
Elio doesn't listen to the old podcast, everyone.
I do.
We put it together and he doesn't even listen.
First of all,
Oh,
I do listen, but I'm mostly
Hurtful.
focused on your on.
if he's
catching
not
me.
on it,
Who do you think
doesn't
assembles the
listen.
show when you don't do it, Roscoe? What do you think I spend my day on Friday doing? You
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Son of a kangaroo.
Working. I don't know.
Working, just playing with your Pathfinder model. Woo.
Oh, wait, hold on. Duncan Ido is saying that the bundle's still on sale. But
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it will not
Yeah,
be
it will not
at the
be by
time
the
of the
time.
airing of
Right,
this show.
right.
Sorry.
Okay, I need to get
Time,
on
you
that.
know. But if you're watching us live and you haven't gotten it yet and you were thinking about it,
Who brought up Melchizedek? Clearly, Star on the Rail were inspired by song stylings of Priority One.
Ken from Chicago.
Yes. You know what, Ken? How have you not already tweeted about that, Ken? How have you not already tweeted to Mary, to Stowe, to Al, to everybody? How have you not already done that?
oh my God, could you and Laurel do a duet?
That would be. That'd be fun.
Oh my God, we
right.
need to do that.
In other gaming news, if you're looking to upgrade your Star Trek tabletop adventures, well, now you can wear your gear. The Modiphius Tricorder Edition is a boxed set in the style of an old TOS tricorder that is functional. You can wear it. You can't scan anything, but you can store your tabletop goodies inside, like Division-themed dice, the Game Master and Player guides, and a complete companion scenario. So,
Campaign scenario.
companion. What did I say? Companion?
Companion.
Companion.
Companion scenario.
I mean, you could have a companion. I don't know.
And a complete campaign scenario. Yeah, all right. That was fun, right? So, if you love to cosplay and need to add some additional functionality to your accessories so that you're ready to jump into a tabletop game at a moment's notice, then be sure to visit modiphius.net to find out more. Links, of course, will be in our show notes. I mean, if you don't want to have any Armada news, then we can just sweep out.
Yeah,
All right, go ahead.
we don't have any at the moment. That's the news from Trek Games this week. Now let's open hailing frequencies and see what's in. Do we have any?
It's my fault.
Now
It's my
let's
fault.
see what's on screen.
Yeah,
Damn
yeah,
it.
This week.
Or do we? Yeah, it's on screen.
Let's look on screen for episodes 1 and 2 of Lower Decks Season 2.
That's the news from Trek Games this week. Now let's look on screen for episodes 1 and 2 of Lower Decks Season 2.
Actually, let's look on screen for the latest episode of Lower Decks.
Okay.
This is the
All right. That's the news from Trek Games this week. Now let's look on screen for the latest episodes of Lower Decks.
All right, so that ended at 56:25. 56:25. All right, so captains, we will not be. What's miscellaneous stuff? Why do I have this open? We will not be recording our review of Lower Decks live, because we do have the privilege of having the screeners. And because of NDA, you'll have to wait for Friday's episode to hear our review. So we will have to go off air to record the episodes weekly. So let's jump to feedback and closing. So feedback and closing is starting at 57:15, please. All right, 3, 2. Well, captains, hailing frequencies are now open, and we're ready to receive all of your incoming messages.
This week, we wanted to know what you thought of Lower Decks. This week, we wanted to know what you thought of the Lower Decks Season 2 premiere.
From Twitter, Captain BG2301 replied, I have to say I loved the Season 2 premiere. It was full of Easter eggs, and I feel it's continuing the high from last season. This episode even felt longer than the length we got last season. This episode felt even longer than the length we got last season, but that may have just been because of it being the premiere.
From Facebook, Matt Black said, "Love the Wrath of Khan era Miranda Bridge and Tendi and Rutherford's B plot. When will we finally see Cetacean Ops?"
Did you guys notice
That's a good question.
Did you guys notice the Jem'Hadar bug destroyer as the Miranda?
Oh, and the
was,
ships?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes!
As she was escaping in the Miranda, there was a Jem'Hadar bug ship.
Awesome.
Oh, yes. From our Facebook group, Phil Huffman said, amazing opening to what promises to be an amazing season. Easter eggs and callbacks galore. Does anyone else want a poster of that Gary Mitchell scene?
Yeah, that was cool. That's a good idea.
It was awesome. From Twitter, Multiverse Tom summed it up. Loved it. This season is going to be fun.
Well, that wraps up episode 519 of Priority One. All right, thanks, guys. It was like both of you highlighted it.
I'm like, whoa! Don't say that!
Don't say it, man. You'll jinx it or something.
And it was so funny because both of your names popped up like right here. And it was like highlighted. And the color was like a bright fuchsia.
I usually
Beautiful.
try and fix all those before.
That's crossing the
but-
streams, guys. We've got to be careful.
Well, that wraps up episode 519 of Priority One, a Roddenberry Star Trek podcast. But there are more great shows available to you on the Roddenberry Podcast Network. Just visit podcasts.roddenberry.com for a complete list. Then be sure to subscribe to them all and share them with your friends.
But we can't forget to send a special thanks to some of our Patreon supporters, like David K. Rutley, Peter Archibald, and Gerald Bosch.
Oh, well, I guess
We can actually skip because we're on hiatus, so we don't have to include that part I normally say.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. So take this.
Okay.
I mean, just for like this week.
Yeah.
Captains, it's important to us that you get your voice heard and that you participate in the conversation. Leave us a comment on our website at PriorityOnePodcast.com, on our Facebook page at Facebook.com/PriorityOnePodcast, or find us on Twitter and Instagram at PriorityOnePod.
This episode of Priority One is brought to you by Egomos and our patrons through Patreon.com. Captains, this last year and a half has been incredibly difficult, and hopefully, as things start to try to get to normal, so will your lives as well. But that doesn't mean... Nevertheless, we are humbled by the continued support that you have offered us throughout this pandemic, through these incredibly difficult times. So, if you happen to find value in this... if you happen to find value in this production, visit us over at patreon.com/PriorityOne.
And don't forget to tune into Priority One Productions' Guard Frequency podcast at guardfrequency.com. Each episode, the Guard will take you inside the universe of your favorite space sims, including a tabletop adventure played out by your hosts. And Heroes Rise brings you up to date with the world of Dungeons and Dragons. Learn about all the latest publications, tools, tips, tricks, and traps in less time than it takes to skin a wyvern. Head over to heroesrisepodcast.com to discover their secrets.
Thanks to our audio editors, including Gray, Brandon, William, Daniel, Rand, Alex, and Lennon. Thanks to our producer, Jake, and associate producers, Shane and Thomas. Together, they help us organize and write up our summary of the weekly headlines from the Star Trek multiverse. Thanks to our graphic artist, Alejandro, with support from Jason of the Priority One Armada. Thanks to the composer of our theme music, Chris Watts. But most importantly, a big thanks to you, the Star Trek community, our listeners, because without your ongoing support, none of this would be possible. All right. Cue. All right.
And done.
And done. All right, Captains, we are going to be signing off this week. That's a wrap for episode 519 of Priority One. We're going to be going off air to record on screen.
On screen.
And we'll be joined by Dr. Michael Chan to be a part of that conversation. Hello, Film Monk Productions. So, yeah, that's a wrap. Until next week, we hope you join us next Tuesday, and we will be back with all the headlines, all the major headlines from the Star Trek multiverse in this next coming week. So say goodnight,
Ooh,
everybody.
hello, Lockdown Canberrans.
What's up?
Film Monk Productions. Ooh.
Yeah, thanks everyone. We will see you guys next week.
Good night.
Have a great week.
Bye. See y'all.